Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. The play opens with a prologue that highlights to the audience the conflict between the two families, the Montagues and the Capulets. It is described to be an ancient grudge. The family's servants have an argument which quickly turns into something more violent and draws the families into the conflict. Romeo's cousin Benvolio and Juliet's cousin, the fiery Tybalt, get involved in the fray. The heads of the families, Capulet and Montague, also get involved but are quickly stopped when Prince Escalus arrives and puts a stop to the brawling. He declares that anybody fighting on the streets of Verona will be killed. He hopes to put a stop to the fighting and have peace in his city once again. Mercutio, Romeo's best friend, decides it would be a good idea to gate-crash a Capulet party. Romeo, Mercutio, and Benvolio, Romeo's cousin, all go and have a good time. Whilst dancing, Romeo meets Juliet and is struck by her beauty. He speaks with her and they kiss, declaring their love for one another. As he leaves, Romeo asks Juliet's nurse for Juliet's name. The nurse tells him and he is shocked to discover they are sworn enemies and that she is the daughter of Capulet. Juliet feels the same way about Romeo when she discovers his real identity. Romeo sneaks into the Capulet mansion where he meets Juliet and they decided to get married. The next day, Friar Lawrence marries Romeo and Juliet in secret. He secretly hopes that it will end the conflict. Romeo meets with Mercutio and Benvolio to tell them about his marriage to Juliet. However, he is soon stopped when he sees Tybalt Capulet there arguing with Mercutio. Tybalt challenges Romeo to fight, but Romeo declines, saying that he loves Tybalt like family. Tybalt is confused and angry at his response and repeats his demand. When Romeo declines again, Mercutio loses his temper and cannot believe Romeo will not fight like a man. He takes Romeo's place and Tybalt and Mercutio fight. Romeo tries to stop the fighting. Tybalt, trying to injure Romeo, accidentally stabs Mercutio. Mercutio dies a slow, painful death. He curses the Montague and Capulet houses, blaming them for his death. Romeo, angered by Mercutio's death, goes searching for Tybalt. They find each other and fight. The fight ends when Romeo kills Tybalt. Realizing what he has done, he flees. The prince arrives on the scene and declares that Romeo must be banished and must leave Verona immediately. Juliet finds out the news of her cousin's death and Romeo's banishment and cannot cope with the sadness. She is heartbroken and confused. Before Romeo leaves Verona forever, he and Juliet spend the night together and consummate their marriage. Romeo leaves in the morning and they are both heartbroken. Capulet decides Juliet should marry Paris, as this will make her feel better following her cousin's death. He relays this news to his daughter and she is furious. Juliet defies her father and tells him she won't marry Paris and she will not be at the church as arranged. He is horrified with her response and tell her she must be married to Paris or else he will disown her forever. Juliet flees to Friar Lawrence, where she tells him this news. Friar Lawrence and Juliet come up with a plan where she will fake her own death. Juliet drinks a sleeping potion the night before her marriage to Paris. In the morning, she does not wake up and she was pronounced dead. They took her to the Capulet tomb where she will wait for Romeo. Friar Lawrence writes a letter to Romeo informing him of their plan. However, the letter doesn't get delivered to Romeo and he is told that Juliet is dead. Distraught, Romeo buys some deadly poison and heads to the Capulet vault. On seeing Juliet, he drinks the poison so he can be with her in heaven. Juliet finally awakens to see Romeo there with her. However, she quickly realizes he has drunk poison. She kisses his lips to try and taste the poison herself, but it doesn't work. So, instead, she kills herself with Romeo's dagger. Realizing that their two children have died because of their conflict, Capulet and Montague are mortified and declared that they will honor their children's names forevermore. They vow never to argue again.